Good afternoon everyone and welcome to this short video. The topic today is how is the trading relationship going to change between the UK and the EU from the end of 2020. Hello everyone, my name's Ian Crane. I'm the owner of Ian Crane Maritime and we're maritime professionals specialising in helping businesses prepare for the end of the transition period and beyond. The type of services we offer, well, we can include a business health checker. That's to establish how ready you are for your new obligations that you'll be expected to fulfill based on your individual business requirements from the end of 2020. We can also offer assistance with your new customs obligations. We're maritime professionals with experience in container traffic, bulk cargoes, cars, ro-ro, general cargo and specialised shipments, both in the UK and internationally, so we're well placed to advise wherever necessary. We're a member of the Hampshire Chamber of Commerce. Just a quick bit about myself. I've spent the last 35 years in the shipping and logistics industry, both in the UK and overseas, and like many others have gained professional accreditation. I'm a member of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers and a certified customs practitioner by the Institute of Export and International Trade. In short, I'm an all-round shipping and maritime professional. On the academic side, I hold a master's degree in international maritime business. So on to today's topic, how is the trading relationship going to change between the UK and the EU from the end of 2020? Well, to tackle this, we really need to break this down into what we know and what we don't know, because the negotiations are still ongoing between the UK and the EU, and they need to be completed by the 2nd of October to be discussed in the EU Leaders Summit, which is scheduled for the 15th and the 16th of October. So what do we know? Well, we know that the UK is leaving the EU Customs Union at the end of the transition period, which ends at 2300 hours GMT on the 31st of December 2020. Now, why 2300? Well, that's because the agreement's based on midnight in Brussels. That's midnight Brussels time, which is 1 hour ahead of us, so hence 2300 UK time. So let's talk about exports. Goods UK to EU will be classed as exports for customs purposes. Customs declarations will be required for all exports to the EU from the end of the transition period. All EU import duties, if there are any, depending on the discussions that are ongoing, and EU VAT will be due upon entry into the EU and paid by the trader responsible for the inward clearance into the EU before the goods will be allowed to move to the receiver. Very important that this is done as soon as possible to avoid any delay with your goods when they enter the EU. It's critical that all UK sellers into the EU check their Incoterms to establish whether they or the buyer are responsible for the customs procedures upon exiting the UK and also the customs procedures upon entering the EU. There will be customs procedures both end, export UK, import EU. If you are selling your goods on DDP terms, then you are responsible for all customs declarations in the UK and the EU. So that's both ends. If you are selling on any other terms, excluding ex-works, you're responsible for the UK export declaration. If you're responsible for the customs declaration in the UK, then you need to submit a customs declaration to Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, HMRC. If you don't know how or you need assistance, the good news is that you can employ a customs broker to do it for you. But they will require information from you before they can submit the declaration. It's best to give them as much time as possible, especially with your first shipment, because they'll need to ensure that your declaration is correct and may need to consult with HMRC. My advice on this, customs agents are in short supply and will be even shorter supply towards the end of the year. Secure one as soon as possible. So basically, moving on now to the EU side. So an export from the UK will become an import into the EU. So the customs agent or broker in the EU country will need to clear the goods through their customs before the goods will be released, it may be the case that you may need to appoint one. If a UK trader or exporter is responsible for the import clearance into the EU, they will need an EU EORI number. They can be applied for from the UK, and they'll be valid from the 1st of January, because prior to that point, they're not necessary, they're not a requirement. Only one EURI number is required to trade with the EU. That's because all 27 remaining EU countries are part of the same customs union, so that the one EURI number is valid in all 27. At present, I believe the application method via the Netherlands is the simplest. We can help you with that if you need help with the application process. So European VAT will become payable upon entry, as are European import duties, if there are any, subject to the negotiations. Some EU member states require a fiscal representative to be appointed in their country to manage the VAT on behalf of their government. Always best to discuss this with your buyers to better understand your obligations in each country. So what don't we know? Well, we don't know the level of tariffs to apply next year. We don't know the full details regarding EU VAT, whether or not they'll be following the UK example, where VAT could be postponed until your quarterly VAT return. In other words, you'll just include it as usual with your VAT return, and you'll get the benefit of the cash flow benefit that goes with it. We don't know at this stage whether the EU is going to follow suit. There are no indications at this stage that they will. Watch this space. Goods vehicles. The UK is building a goods vehicle management system, an IT solution to help with the congestion and the ferry ports and Channel Tunnel. Indications are at this stage that that will be ready first half of next year. Again, prior to that point, the ferry ports and the Channel Tunnel will be implementing their own procedures. So let's have a look at those quickly. So what procedures are the ferry companies and the Channel Tunnel implementing to avoid congestion at the ports? The ports are going to use temporary storage in lorry parks outside the ports for export goods, from where the vehicle will only be allowed into the port once a confirmation of customs clearance has been received from both ends. That is the UK end and the EU end. For import goods, the same process will apply from the EU side. Some ferry terminals will be allowing goods to load on the EU side without import clearance to the UK. They'll be held in the UK arrival port until clearance is received. I think this is generally going to be on the longer ferry routes, North Sea, that kind of ferry route, 17 hours maybe. That will then give the person responsible for customs clearance to have additional time to clear the goods while they're on the water. If they're not cleared in time, they'll be held in the port until the port does receive the clearance notification, and only then will they be released to carry on their journey. If the goods are already cleared, of course, they'll go straight off the ship and just drive out of the port. They may be subject to HMRC checks at some point, and there are places near various ports where the driver will be advised to pull in just to do for HMRC to have a look in the lorry. That will be advised to you by your customs broker, and this is where they become invaluable. So as far as the Channel Tunnel is concerned, in Folkestone, they're implementing a procedure whereby upon booking, the clearance details are entered onto the Eurotunnel system. Vehicles will not be loaded without customs clearances on both sides of the channel. And that's basically it for now, and I hope this first video has been helpful to you. We are here to help you. Give us a call and have a great day. Thank you very much.